Hi, I'm Dr. Theresa Bullard, and today we are going to talk about the principle of rhythm. And the reason that I want to talk about this right now is that it has everything to do with the ebb and the flow of life. When there's times when we have a lot of activity and things are flowing and they're moving and we are outwardly engaged and expressing and creating. And then there are times when we need to be in an ebb, and that's when things slow down. It's harder to be productive, and there's a purpose to it. And what the principle of rhythm says, it says that everything has its tides, everything has its cycles, and there's an ebb and a flow to everything. So to the degree that we might rise to a high level of activity and expression and creative work, at some point in time, the pendulum is going to swing the other way. The tide is going to pull back out, and we are going to go into an ebb. And so as high as we go one way, it has to go back. The pendulum will swing back just as far the other way. And that is what is happening in our world right now with the COVID-19 situation and everybody being told to go stay at home. And so much is shutting down in our society. We are in a massive global ebb when it comes to humanity. Nature's, chugging away, just ticking on like forward and moving in its cycle of life. But that's because nature is aligned with the ebb and flow every year. Humans, however, have been trying to overcome and not really be in alignment with these cycles of nature and this principle of rhythm. So that's, some people have said, well, Mother Nature is telling us all to go to your room and kind of, it's time out. It's time for a time out. Yeah, in a way, we could look at it like that. So I prefer to say it's the principle of rhythm. It's the cycle of ebb and flow. And right now we're in an ebb. So the question is, what do we do during an ebb? How do we make the most of this time? So when you're in an ebb, when everything is starting to slow down and your energy levels are maybe dropping and there's not as much ability to be out there creating in a flow, that is a time for renewal. That is a time to rest. That is a time to draw inwards. Instead of be so focused on the outer, it's to draw inwards and to take care of yourself, to nurture yourself. Because here's the thing, if we are constantly trying to be in a flow and then nature starts to draw the current the other way and we're still trying to push forward and flow and create, now we're going against the current. We're going against that flow of nature, and it's exhausting, honestly. So if you're in an ebb and the energies aren't really there and the motivation's not there and maybe your health isn't there and you're still trying to push forward as if it's normal day and you're in your flow, you're going to drain yourself. You're going to get sick. You're going to exhaust your resources. It's like if you think about going out into the ocean, and when the ocean waves come in and then they pull back out and then they come in and then they pull back out, it's very difficult to not get dragged by that ebb and that flow, and that ebb and that flow. So what we need to learn how to do is work with it rather than trying to work against it. Or the other way you could think of is a river. A river's flowing a certain way, and if you try to go against the current of the river, you can do it, but it takes more energy. Whereas if you learn to work with it, now you can ride the rapids, so to speak. So when you're in the flow, that's your time to be creative, outward, doing, out in the world, interacting with things. But when you're in your ebb, you need to take time for you. So cut off the outer stimulation, really draw inwards, nurture yourself, get good sleep, meditate, self-care, take a bath and just relax. Right? Allow for yourself to take, we have such an amazing opportunity right now with everything kind of shutting down out there in society. We have an amazing opportunity to just, get sleep and let your body catch up, because we've been driving and faster in our society, and everything is growing and it's speeding up and it's like mind-boggling. It's crazy trying to keep up with it. So of course we're having this big reset right now where we have to turn inwards and go into the ebb. So don't fight it. Take advantage of it, right? Do what we're being asked to do. Stay home. don't be around a whole bunch of other people. Just go inwards and really focus on you. You can meditate, right? You can get into some journaling. You can work on like, who am I really? And as I emerge out of this time, what is it that I'm being asked to let go of? Because when we're in an ebb, it's like we're being asked to let go of the old that's no longer serving us. So what is it I'm being asked to let go of? And as I let go, I come to the state of emptiness, and then that's like the moment when the tide shifts from the ebb to the flow again. And as that flow comes, now, okay, we're gonna catch the wave, right? As that flow comes, we wanna catch that wave and we wanna surf it. So which wave do I wanna catch? That's when it's time to set our intentions and get into that creative work again. But if you try to create before the inspiration and the energy is there to support you, again, it's like you're fighting the current. And so take advantage of the ebb, rest, meditate, do spiritual work, do interpersonal work, and reduce the stimulus. Don't be so plugged into the media every day, because all that's going to do is keep you in the fight-flight mode. You can, plug into it maybe once every couple days instead of every day, just to see, okay, what are the updates, but don't spend so long on it. And, like, cut off all that stimulus. I mean, some people are trying to use this time to, okay, I'm just gonna spend endless hours on Facebook or on the video gaming or, watching Netflix or something like that. And yeah, you can enjoy yourself, like have some fun, but reduce the amount of hours that you're doing that and stimulating versus how much time are you spending to just be and to just allow for the renewal to come, because the time of ebb, as the energies pull back, it is about renewal, and it is about the inward work, the inner growth, the inner nurturing and care. So take advantage of this time and use it well, because when we do, and here's the other really important thing, that when we allow ourselves to just surrender into that time of rest and renewal, then we will be renewed. And then when the next flow comes, we'll be so ready to get on that action-oriented flow again and to create. But we're gonna feel so motivated, ready to get out there, ready to take on the world, and then we can take advantage of the flow when it comes. But if you don't take advantage of this ebb now, and you rest, then that flow is gonna come and you're still gonna feel depleted. And you won't be able to take as much advantage of the flow when it does come. So really use this time well to take care of yourself. And that your immune system will thank you, your body will thank you, you will get into a much better mood if you unplug from some of the outer world and just really focus on some of that inner peace that you want to achieve from within. And then from there, once we are renewed and the gates are opened for the flow again, we'll be ready to go. So come and join me for further tips and tools, videos and articles and so forth at my website at theresabullard.com. Subscribe to my newsletter, and you'll also get access to free access to my 2020 numerology forecast that gives you a lot more insight about how to make the most of this year as a whole. We'll see you next time.